You are now listening to Sir Ink's The Experience Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything kink. Now, this podcast is only catered to those that are 18 and above and may not be suitable for work, or as we like to say, NSF. But remember, you can always listen to us during your private time. Hello, kinky and kink curious folk out there. My name is Sir Ink, and on this podcast, I will discuss with you my trip to Vegas and also read and react to questions that were sent to me by followers of the page. So, without further ado, here we go. The first question is, where do you see yourself lifestyle-wise in 10 years? Aging in the lifestyle, do you find yourself moving from the physical aspect of scenes to the mental side of things? I would say I don't see myself going from physical to mental. I think they both go hand in hand. I think at times one will be more prevalent than the other. And as of my latest experiences with traveling so much and being so busy with things kind of getting back to normal, but my travel schedule and work has been just absolutely ridiculous. And which is like I'm at the height of my profession as far as work wise and all that, as far as where I started to what I built. I'm still riding my peak. And things have been just a little hectic. And then I had a little setback where I pulled a muscle in my back, moving some heavy equipment around, and that kind of set me back. So, what I mean by setback, I struggled to work and travel, and then with my lifestyle suffered because I'm not able to really move the way I want. I'm in constant tightness or some sort of pain. And that kills your physical ability to be able to, do sessions and things of that. And when I get busy, and I've mentioned this before in other podcasts, when I have my busy time, it's hard for me to keep up with everything as well because I've become overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. But this is where the mental part comes in. And I realized what I've come to realize and what I've kind of been called out on is that the mental part slacked off too. And I recognize that I need to take a step back and look at myself and how I do things and make sure that I have the mental part really solidified. And let me say this, and not solidified because it is solid, but I need to make sure I build upon that. So if there are times when I become very busy, or if there are times where I physically can't move the way I want to, that the mental side is still there. Not for me, but for my submissive. To make sure that she's still engaged in a way that, still gives her what she needs. And so I've had to think about that. So I would say they both still go hand in hand, but I'm seeing how I need to build up the mental part. So it's not like I'm going to slide more mental, less physical, but I need to build up the mental part more. So that way, when I have to calculate, and I'm a very calculated person with stuff, right? So now I realize in my calculations that I need to do more of the mental stuff to make sure that if I physically can't perform, that takes me through that rough patch. So, as you grow, you learn, and this is what I've been learning as I mature as a man, and as I mature within the lifestyle. Second question. And as you age, do you find that rabbit holes are deeper to fall down, such as exploring new or more concepts of things you already like? I won't say that the rabbit hole gets deeper But I will say, I don't think they're deeper to fall down. I think it's some of the things I may want to do requires other things other than a participant. So I need a participant and a setting. I need a participant and a contraption. And some of those things just aren't really readily available to me or to us. And so you have to plan certain trips and find certain places. So, for example, my sub has found this place that's not too far from where I live, outside the city of Philadelphia, and she booked a weekend, and we're gonna go there. It's like a whole little place with a indoor pool, and it has a whole room with toys, contraptions, and then they have the lady who owns the place will do a tutorial with you, or do a not a tutorial. Yeah, she'll do a tutorial, or she'll do a consultation, and and discuss with you different things, maybe how to use different things. So things like that. That's where I'm at with it. Like for me, it's about finding places and more things to play with. That would be my thing. I don't necessarily think the rabbit hole gets much deeper than that. I mean, and maybe in time, maybe we will go somewhere different. Maybe someone will push my boundaries more than I've ever thought. Maybe. Like I said, I met one young lady. She said she liked to have, her breast nailed to a board. And then she showed me a picture of it. And I was like, ouch. But that would be something that's deeper down the rabbit hole that would be very challenging for me. That would be very challenging for me. So maybe in that aspect, yes. But just far as where I'm at, what I'm thinking, for me, it would be just having more things to play with, having contraptions, having different scenarios. And a lot of that is environmental for me. It's not necessarily ideas, it's just the environment, having the space to actually have those kind of moments. So that's what that is for me. And lastly, professionally, you're on all the time. As a dominant, you're on all the time. In your dynamic, does your sub create a downspace for you? And if so, what's your favorite way to enjoy that time and space? So this is actually along the lines of what I was saying earlier about that mental part. My submissive and I, during downtime, like to chill. We Netflix and chill like everybody else, right? It becomes very regular. However, one of the things that we recently discussed that we practiced once or twice, but need to get back into it, which is like cigar service. So now, when I'm going to enjoy downtime, we're going to get more into cigar service. And she had mentioned that. And I was like, yes, we need to, get back into that and explore that. And the thing is, I just need to smoke more cigars. I'm sitting here with a cigar case with like at least 300 cigars in it. And I might smoke once a week, maybe 3 times a month. So I need to just get back into it. But again, my environment, my living space is not as it was some years ago. So I don't feel as comfortable smoking cigars in my personal space that I have, because cigar smoke is so pungent. It just, I don't want to say stains, but it gets on everything. And it takes a while for it to come off. Now, some people love the smell of cigars. Like, I love the smell of cigars. I do. But I don't want all my clothes smelling like cigars. So it's just an inconvenience thing for me, which I need to get over. And actually, I just need to go outside more to smoke. So I need to take advantage of my backyard more. But now that means I got to go up 3 flights of steps. And trust me, when you're going up 3 flights of steps all damn day, every day, it can become challenging, especially when you're dealing with, back issues. So, but I need to get back into that. So part of that downtime is yes, need to get back into cigar service. She'll give me a massage if need be. She caters to me in many ways that is very convenient. But I'm not a very needy guy, so I don't need a lot. So I like to chill. That's my thing. I like to relax. I like to have a good time. I can turn up when I need to turn up, but I mostly like to relax. And so it's easy to cater to me because I'm not as needy. Make me a drink. Like I said, we'll get back into doing cigar service. And just take care of a brother in a way of just maybe just putting your hands on me, just rubbing me because I stand all day. More of what the pampering that I need is more physical touch, and not sexual physical touch, but just physical touch. You know, and she knows I don't like my damn feet touched because she likes to tickle my feet, and I don't like that. I'm very ticklish, and it's funny. My feet are ticklish, right? And it's funny, and I know she's listening to this and laughing her ass off because my masseuse, she, when I go to the massage parlor, I have this favorite masseuse. Her name is Mimi. And she be like, your feet, you're very tickle-eyed, very tickle-eyed. And so we laugh about that. And so my submissive and I laugh about that because I be like, I'm tickle-eyed, don't tickle-eye my feet. And we laugh about that. So we had some really good moments. But and look, her job can be very stressful as well. So sometimes when we get together, we just like to take a woo-side. And so sometimes it's not about jumping into the dynamic, like far as like doing sessions and things like that. Sometimes it's we both need a reprieve, we both need a deep breath, we both need a moment to exhale, and we enjoy that time. And at the same time, I realize that I can fall into this hole of just doing that a little bit too much and not turning up enough. So I have to find that balance. And so go back to the other question. Yes, I need to work more on that mental part to have those things in place. So to know that, okay, we're going to enjoy some downtime, but then, okay, let's get our asses up and let's get in the mode, in mode physically. Um, when she comes, she already kneels every time. When I take a shower and get out, she dries me off and oils me down. So that's great. She pampers me in that way. So I appreciate that. If we're going out and I have something that needs to be ironed, she irons. So she caters to me in that way. So that's very nice. And like I said, I'm very simple, very practical guy. So it's not like I'm this needy, whiny little bitch. Like so many of these guys now are nitpicky and all that. I'm not that. I just want to enjoy. I want to see you enjoy yourself. I want to enjoy myself. Let's do this together. Let's have some fun together. Let's have some kinky fun together. And let's grow. And again, as I said, being called out on like, you ain't really, I know you've been dealing with some stuff, but there's some other things that we can do. And she had mentioned to me that she had been holding back some things because she didn't want to feel like she was topping from the bottom. And I was like, listen, no, if you have ideas, I don't mind you sharing your ideas with me because we both are in this together. If I'm suffering for lack of ideas, which I do from time to time, which I do because, like I said, work is so busy and my job is physical and mental, especially when I'm traveling because I have to teach. So I have to put myself in a different mindset. So I have to have one mindset as I'm working in the shop daily. Then I have to have another mindset when I'm out on the road teaching. So all that takes a lot. And then I have to and then I'm a father and then I'm a son to a older mom. My mother's almost 80, so you know what I'm dealing with. And she still gets around on her own, so she's self sufficient. But just small things that you need me to change the window, the filter, and the heater, and all this. It's different because she'll call me, be like, "Hey, son." Boom, I know what kind of conversation that's going to be. And then one day she'll hit me, hey, Mr. Landlord. And I'm like, oh, Lord, what do you need? She want me to, and my mother is very seasonal. So she'll change the drapes, the curtains once, every season. Once it becomes summer, she changes them. When it comes fall, winter, she changes them. So, so it's stuff like that. So it's life things that get in the way, and that can drain your battery. To be perfectly honest, it can drain your battery. So I take criticism, I take ideas not as topping from the bottom, because there's a difference. There's a difference in saying, "Hey, what do you think about this?" opposed to, "Hey, we're doing this. We need to do this." That's topping from the bottom. Saying, "This is what we're going to do. This is what we need to do," or "You need to do this." That's topping from the bottom. But expressing, "What do you think about this? Maybe we can add this in." That's giving positive input, and I don't see that as topping from the bottom. Maybe someone else does. I do not. I cannot come up with every damn thing all the time, and she doesn't put that responsibility on me either. But after a while, she'll be like, I can tell when she's feeling that way, and I'll hit her, and then she'll be like, send me a paragraph, and I'm like, damn, you ain't sent me a paragraph in a while. And I know she doesn't want to seem like she's unappreciative of what I already do and have done for her, and so she'll hold back. But then, I'll allow room for expression. You have to, because I know I'm not perfect, but I want to know when we need to step up. And there's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, you need to step your game up," or, "I know you've been busy. I know you've been doing some things. I'm riding this wave with you, but just keep in mind that maybe we can do some other things that keep us in mood," which is more mental than physical. So I accept that, and I do appreciate that, and I appreciate people that work with you and don't want to be a dick, don't want to be a bitch, and just because it's about growing, and people really don't know how to communicate with one another. People don't know how to say things in a non-aggressive or non-confrontational way, because people allow themselves to get to the point of bubbling frustration before they voice their opinion. Just say it as you're feeling it if you don't say it as you're feeling it in the moment, wait until you've calmed down and then say it in a better way, in a way that doesn't become combative or offensive or make us butt heads. So, and what I've found is, in this lifestyle, a lot of women are not combative. Well, that I've met, that I've formed good friendships with, they're not combative. They want to be heard. They want to be respected, and they want to grow. And so many that really get it understand that the journey of being a submissive and the journey of being a dominant is about yourself first, and then if you have a dynamic, then it's about the dynamic and who else is in the dynamic. So there's three parts to a dynamic: is you, the other person, and the dynamic itself. And at times it's going to be about you and her and not the dynamic. And then it will be times where it's about the dynamic and not about you or her. And then there's times where, it could be about her or it could be about me. You see what I'm saying? So it's very intricate, and there's a good balance. Sometimes she needs more. Sometimes I need more. Sometimes we need to do this for the dynamic. So, example, if you're confused, for the dynamic, we're going to buy these things. For the dynamic, we're going to book this staycation. For the dynamic, we're going to do this that elevates this or takes us to somewhere else. But individually, she needs impact. She needs this. Or for me, I need this kind of compliance. I need this kind of submission tonight or today. That kind of thing. So I look at it in that way. And lastly, going to discuss my trip to Vegas, which I have named 15,000 steps and 5 drink minimum. And what does that mean? So going to Vegas, I told her, listen, she's never been to Vegas. So I said, listen, I have to go out there, part business and part pleasure. So I told her, listen, during the day it's going to be hot as F. And, bring stuff to be comfortable in, some sneakers to walk in. And, we're going to have a good time. So that's what we did. And every day she calculated, we walked at least 15,000 steps. That was a lot of walking. Now, mind you, I'm coming down the tail end of this, this back soreness that I'm dealing with. And, just when I work, standing up all day, then going from standing all week to going somewhere like Vegas where you're walking all the time, that's taxing. So I'm running myself out. But it's cool. We have a good time. We didn't get to play as much as maybe some of these pictures may have shown, because we're going to shows. We're getting lit. That was fun. We took our own 420 with us because the 420 out there is not as good. It is, but you're in a desert, so the atmosphere itself dries the bud out. At any rate, we did a day. We did a day pool party. I guess that's what they call at Circa, which was really cool. Hot as hell. Like you can't even walk on the ground. So hot. Like literally, you can't walk on the ground barefoot. What else? We went to a burlesque show, which was nice. The ladies were nice. The actual MC was funny as hell. This woman, she was hilarious. She was hilarious. She was hilarious. Oh my gosh, she was so hilarious. The way she played to the crowd was awesome. The sets that they did were awesome. They mixed in rock. They mixed in hip hop. They mixed in some country. It was really nice. And they changed their outfits up to match. So it was really good time to do that. A little overpriced for what we saw, though. Like it's real funny when you're booking tickets through Ticketmaster. And I know you know this. So the tickets cost like $50. But by the time you add taxes and the Ticketmaster fee, we up to $150. And it was like, not really. If you could have kept us at the $100 for 2 tickets level, that would have been cool. But for that extra 50, but Vegas, baby, Vegas. When you're in Vegas, you do Vegas things. And so, but we did have a lot of fun. And it's funny because when we walked in the room and saw that big ass window overlooking the MGM Grand, and another casino, I can't remember the name of it right now. But when you see that, it's like, wow. Like, that was beautiful. And then at night, because the MGM is that emerald green color, and it's like down there glowing, that was more like, wow, so great. So it was a great view. We had a great time. We had a little play, but Daddy was beat down. Daddy was beat down. I was beat down, guys. I was beat down. And I am just now, as of this morning, waking up, not having to take anything, not feeling any tightness, not feeling any uncomfortableness. So I can officially say today that as of probably this Tuesday, I'm back to about 100%, which I'm very happy for because I've never experienced back pain or back issues that lasted more than a week. So for this to go for like 4 weeks is very concerning. And I'm not a young puppy. I am 49, about to turn 50 next month. Yeah, I'm turning 50 next month. Can you believe that? Turning 50. And so as I mature, as I get older, I realize, different things. And that back pain, just made me realize my own mortality to a degree because my mother suffers from chronic back pain. So I know that this is something that is in my life. But I do work out. I do try to strengthen my core and my back. And a lot of it for me is I don't stretch enough. So I need to do a better job of stretching every day to make sure that my body is pliable and flexible. And I realize now how those setbacks when I was dealing with lower back pain in my 20s and my 30s and even my earlier 40s, and I haven't had any back pain for a long time, for years. But now I realize that, okay, cool, I'm older, and those setbacks aren't going to be 3 days, 7 days. Like, them setbacks can be a month now. And so, I need to, and I say a month, and I'm saying like 2.5 weeks of that in extreme discomfort, and then I started coming out of it. Whereas though before I would have extreme discomfort the first 3 days and come out of it by the seventh day. But at any rate, this is my podcast. And wait a minute. So tomorrow is the deadline for submitting your ideas for the $25 and below BDSM challenge. And I think I have about a good 4 or 5 submissions so far. And of course, the prize is a $25 gift credit card. Doesn't matter where in the world you are, I will get you that gift credit card, or $25 sent to you Venmo or Cash App, whatever you prefer, I can do. I just appreciate you guys submitting some stuff. I'm seeing some hot stuff. I'm seeing some really good ideas. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know. Like, this one idea, I was like, well, you sure you're keeping it on $25 for that one thing? Like, no, this. And I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't know I could get that for that. Okay. Damn, I need to look into that. So, it's been nice to see. I appreciate all you guys for participating. And, of course, please go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, like, and check it out. Share some of the podcasts with some of your friends. If any of you want to do an interview with me and do some discussions, and you don't have to have your picture shown, you don't have to have your face shown. We can just get online, just do a little conversation. I can chop it up, put it up, because your experience or lack thereof is valuable to the community as a whole. There's someone coming into the lifestyle new every day, and there's veterans in the lifestyle, and we're all going through something. We've all experienced something. So let's grow together. Do not be shy to think you're not worthy enough or you're not experienced enough to have conversation. If you're not experienced enough, that means you should have more questions. And if you have questions, let's find you some answers to those questions. So you guys know how to reach me. Sir INQ on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Again, I'm starting my Patreon. I will put that link up because the website and King Space will be going down by next week, by the 31st. But again, like I said, I will send you guys my Patreon so we can get that popping. And I will be working on exclusive content as far as some training videos and things of that nature, showing you how to use different novelties as far as the floggers, maybe how you can train your submissive, using the crop, things of that nature. And I have another young lady that I work with that we are going to come out with a line of Sir Inc. Floggers made with paracord, and we'll have 3 different sizes: small, medium, and large. Large being like 20 inches or so. And I will show you guys that. Matter of fact, I will show you guys that on this video, so you can see what I'm working with. And until next time, thank you for watching.